Well, good morning, everyone. I'm out here in the washes again this morning, just doing some scouting. I'm checking on some areas that I'd like to shoot later on in the week, checking on the progression of color, seeing how things have changed, and whether anything is shootable yet. It's interesting that some areas have changed pretty nicely, progressing quite nicely toward peak fall color. And other areas haven't changed at all, or hardly at all. So, anyway, it's just a good idea to keep track of what's happening and some of the images you want to work on. It's also kind of windy this morning, windier than it has been in a few days. And so I'm not sure whether I'll be able to use the view camera this morning, but I might give it a try. So anyway, I'm just going to keep wandering and scouting and seeing how things look. It's a beautiful morning, clear blue sky. It's a great day to be in Zion. So I'm just going to keep wandering down these washes and see what I can find. So one of the places that I explored this morning was this, what I call my hidden passage image, and the color has progressed nicely since I was here a few days ago. Now, I photographed this last year as a vertical, and I really liked it, but it was really sort of past peak color, and I was hoping to get a little more colorful foliage this year, and sure enough, there's a much nicer color, more varied colors and brighter colors this year. So I'm really thrilled to have found this today. And when I was here a couple days ago, I did try to set up and shoot it, but it was just too windy. The leaves wouldn't hold still for the longer film exposure that I needed. So today it's nice and calm when I needed it to be, and so I have both Velvia and Provia on this, and hopefully one of those will work out with good still leaves. So that was a nice morning to have found that, and I'm going to pack up now and head to another section of the wash just downstream that really starts glowing right about this time of day, and I want to explore down in this wash and just see. I found some compositions there the other day, so we'll see if any of those will work this morning. So let's pack up and get on move on. Here is the piece of Velvia, and this is the hidden passage area from last year. I like the addition of this triangle rock and the nice fall color, and I didn't have to do too much to get to the final image on this one. Well, I didn't get far. In fact, I never even left the spot where I just was. I just sort of looked over here and I saw this really neat crack in the wall here. There you go. And I'd photographed just that crack form a couple days ago in reflected light, and just really liked the shape. And I always talk about this sort of hidden passage series that I've worked on, where it's just sort of an opening that goes somewhere and you don't know where exactly. So anyway, but where I was photographing the other image just a few minutes before, I turned and looked, and now I saw this with the really nice fall colors in it. And so I set up a composition with the view camera, used a little front swing because the subject plane was at an angle to the film plane. So I just did some front swing, and that brought everything into focus along this sort of angled subject plane, and so that helped me get the focus down. And again, really nice and calm right now, and just beautiful color. So I'm excited about that one as well. So now it's time to get packed up and head on down the wash and see what else I can find. Here is the Velvia for this scene. I like how the central rock is surrounded by all the fall color, some in front and some behind, And I like that little rock down in the corner, which kind of acts as an anchor, and this little branch coming in from the upper corner here. And I really like this little bit of red coming in up here, which is kind of a nice counterpoint. So again, not too much needed to get this one finished. Well, I just finished photographing these really neat flow lines in this rock here, and it was kind of a focus challenge. So I did have my 90mm lens on, which has a lot of depth of field, but because I had this shape going away from me and also slanting down, I used both swing and tilt to align the plane of focus with this sort of complex subject plane. So that was fun to work through that. Those camera movements, and again, really nice for the view camera to be able to do that kind of thing. I envision this as black and white, so I only exposed the T-Max 100 on it, and one nice thing about photographing rocks, they don't blow in the wind, so that was really nice. So anyway, now I'm going to get packed up and head back to the car and go drive around some more and see what else I can find. Here's what the negative looks like. And I actually exposed 2 sheets of T-Max 100 on this subject, and here's the proof sheet. I had one sheet of film processed normally, and the other one pushed one stop in development, or N+1, thus increasing the contrast. I tried to balance the exposures of the proof sheet so that the light values of the rocks at the bottom have the same value in each image. Doing this allows you to see the contrast increase because these darker values become even darker, and overall there's more local contrast as well. This subject was in very flat light with similar tones throughout, and so had very low contrast. The other reason I wanted to increase contrast is to separate the values here in the flow lines, which I think worked well, but I'll also increase it more in post. Another thing I'll point out is that I tried to place this curving shape here in the upper right corner as kind of an anchor or focal point, which I think worked well, and overall I'm very pleased with this image. Well, that was all the photography for today. In next week's video, I ride the shuttle into Zion's main canyon for the first time and explore the beautiful reflections in the Virgin River. I'll see you then.